In the Harry Potter universe, a howler was that letter which, upon delivery by an owl, was read aloud in the sender's voice. In a similar vein, every voice message sent between users in this app is also called a howler.
Welcome to the home screen of Howler. On the top, we have the chats, which are a horizontal scroll. You can tap on the name to go into a profile of a person, and you can also tap on the picture to go into their chat. As you scroll vertically on the home screen, you get to see what are howlcasts. Howlcasts are basically individual messages stitched together that sound like a podcast. So in the next section, we'll show you what a podcast sounds like on Howler.
Hello, hello. This is Ben Castle, podcaster extraordinaire from Toronto, Canada.
And this is Angad Nanjangood. I'm in London right now, and Ben is helping me record an asynchronous podcast on this app that I've made called Howler.
Hello, hello. This is Ben Castle, podcaster extraordinaire from Toronto, Canada.
And this is Angad Nanjangood. I'm in London right now, and Ben is helping me record an asynchronous podcast.
Now, the button that I'm pointing to is red with a yellow arrow on it. That yellow arrow indicates that you can reply to somebody. That only shows up when a message is currently playing, and that message is shown above in green. And you can see that there's also a little bit of text above the red button that tells you that you're replying at that instant to someone. So all you have to do while a message is playing is press that button. The system is smart enough to know that it has to pause the playback, record your reply at that instant, and when you send it, it draws a connection between the howler that you just sent to the one that you're replying to. And you can do this over and over again and create a whole stack of replies that you can then make a podcast from.
All right. So at this point, it should be evident that Howler is predominantly an audio platform, but it does make use of a lot of text. And that's where LLMs come in. For example, if you go into the chat inbox that we looked at, where we were playing the threaded messages, you could see that there was text that accompanied every howler. This was user generated, of course, and is kind of like the subject line for every email, right? You have the short subject and then you have the body. Just like you have a short subject and then you have the audio content of that message. So you could imagine that that subject is actually generated from the audio. And then when a user sends a message, it automatically sends this text. That's one use case. A second use case might just be the generation of art from that subject using something like Stable Diffusion. So that could accompany every howler. You could also imagine that same prompt for a threaded howlcast, for example, a howlcast that's generated, it gets its cover art from these kinds of prompts. And the users, when they publish it to a public feed, to the howlcast feed and to other apps like Spotify and whatnot, get the cover art made with something like Stable Diffusion. So this increases the accessibility to everybody to generate podcasts. All they have to do is speak, and then the other bits and pieces that make a podcast a complete piece come together with the LLMs and the other AI components that sit within it. So this is how I think Howler could be used to support the podcast creation community. But my vision is to not just address people who already make podcasts, but take it to people in developing countries like India, where you might see even new news channels emerge that run strictly off of Howler. And that's really where I would like to see this app go. And that's my long-term vision, which I also kind of alluded to in my introductory message. Anyway, that's the demo of Howler. Thank you again for watching, and looking forward to hearing from you.